Welcome to our journey on understanding and managing anger. We'll explore practical techniques to transform anger into constructive energy. Let's begin. When anger enters the room, whether it's yours or someone else's, the situation can quickly spiral out of control. But what if I told you? There are specific techniques that can transform these explosive moments into opportunities for connection. Managing someone else's anger can be challenging, but with the right approach, you can diffuse the tension and foster understanding. Let's dive into some strategies to handle these situations effectively. When someone else is angry, we've all been there, facing someone whose anger is directed at us. Their face is flushed, voice raised, maybe even shouting. It feels threatening, and your instinct might be to either fight back or run away. But there's a third option, one that can completely change the outcome. Remember the low-line approach? Listen to what the issue is and the person's concerns. Don't interrupt. Show with your body that you're paying attention. Fight the urge to defend yourself immediately. Offer reflective comments to show you've heard their concerns. I hear that you're frustrated. I understand how you feel. And I know this is important to you. Patience and connection are key when dealing with anger. By staying calm and connected, you create a safe space for the other person to express themselves. Remember, it's not about winning the argument, but about understanding each other better. Wait until they've released their frustration and explained their feelings. Anger has a natural arc. It rises, peaks, and then subsides. Trying to reason with someone at the height of anger is like trying to stop a speeding train. Patience here is your superpower. Look and maintain appropriate eye contact to connect. Not staring, which can seem aggressive, and not avoiding, which can seem dismissive. Calm, steady eye contact shows you're engaged. Adopting a non-threatening posture and showing empathy are key to effective communication. Stay open and relaxed. This helps in creating a safe space for dialogue. Incline your head slightly to show you're listening. This gives you a non-threatening posture. It subtly signals respect and attention. Nod to confirm you're listening and have understood. Simple acknowledgement can be incredibly powerful. It doesn't mean you agree, just that you're hearing them. Express empathy to show you've understood. I know this is really frustrating, and I can see why you'd feel that way. You do have the right to be upset in that situation. Remember, your goal isn't to stop their anger, it's to create a safe space where the anger can dissipate naturally, allowing real communication to begin. When you're in a heated argument, things can escalate quickly, especially when both people are triggered. Here's how to prevent a disagreement from becoming a relationship-damaging fight. The timeout technique. Recognize when you're approaching your boiling point. Your voice is getting louder, you're interrupting more, you feel your heart racing, and you're no longer listening, just waiting to respond. Call a respectful timeout. I need a moment to collect my thoughts so I can hear you better. I'm getting too emotional to communicate effectively right now. Let's take 20 minutes to cool down and then continue this conversation. Use the timeout effectively. Do something physical to release the energy, like walking or stretching. Practice deep breathing. Remind yourself of what's important in this relationship. Think about what you really want from this conversation. Return when promised and approach with a reset attitude. Thank you for giving me that space. I'm ready to listen now. Let's try a different approach. The perspective shift. When locked in conflict, try these perspective shifting questions. Will this matter a year from now? What would I advise a friend in this situation? What's more important, being right or resolving this? What might they be feeling that I'm not seeing? Conflict isn't about winning, it's about understanding. Group tensions, whether at work, family gatherings, or social events, have their own dynamics. Here's how to be the calming force, the bridge builder approach. Acknowledge the tension without blame. It seems like we have some different perspectives here. I notice we're all getting a bit frustrated. Redirect to common ground. Let's remember what we all agree on. We all want what's best for the team, family, or project. Suggest a structured way forward. What if we take turns sharing our thoughts without interruption? Maybe we could list our concerns and address them one by one. Would it help to take a short break before continuing? Be the model of calm. Lower your voice instead of raising it. Slow your speech. Use open body language. Breathe visibly and deeply. Handling criticism without defensiveness. Criticism, whether fair or unfair, can trigger intense anger. Here's how to respond constructively. The hear method. Hear it out completely before responding. Don't interrupt. Don't prepare your defense while they're speaking. Listen for the underlying concern, not just the words. Empathize with their perspective. I can see how you might feel that way. From your perspective, I understand why that's frustrating. Ask clarifying questions. Can you help me understand more about what would have worked better for you? When did you first notice this issue? Respond thoughtfully, not reactively. Thank them for the feedback. Share your perspective without invalidating theirs. Focus on solutions, not blame. Even when criticism feels unfair, there's usually something valuable to learn. De-escalating potentially violent situations. While most anger situations don't lead to violence, it's important to know how to handle those rare instances when physical safety might be at risk. The Safety First Protocol. Prioritize physical safety above all else. Create distance if possible. Keep barriers between you if needed. Stay near exits. Remove dangerous objects from reach. Keep your body language non-threatening, hands visible, not clenched, stance slightly angled, not squared up, no sudden movements, speak calmly and clearly. Use de-escalation language. I see you're really upset. How can we resolve this safely? I'm not here to fight, I just want to understand. We can figure this out without anyone getting hurt. Know when to disengage completely. If threats become specific, if weapons are mentioned or displayed, if your instincts tell you you're in danger. Remember, no conversation is worth your safety. The power of humor in tense situations. Used appropriately, humor can be a powerful tool to diffuse tension. The key is using humor that connects rather than divides. The tension breaker. Self-deprecating humor works best. Well, I've certainly made a mess of explaining my point. My ability to stay calm is clearly one of my superpowers. Not. Avoid sarcasm or humor at others' expense. This only escalates tension. It can feel dismissive or mocking. Use absurd observations about the situation. We're getting so worked up, I half expect steam to start coming out of our ears. If we keep going in circles like this, we might solve the world's energy crisis. Timing matters. Only use humor after acknowledging the seriousness of concerns. Read the room. If it's too tense, humor might backfire. A well-timed moment of lightness can reset the emotional temperature of a room. Preparing for known trigger situations. Some tense situations are predictable. A difficult conversation you need to have, a meeting with someone who always pushes your buttons, or family gatherings with that relative who knows exactly how to provoke you. The mental rehearsal strategy. Before entering known trigger situations, visualize staying calm. See yourself responding, not reacting. Imagine your voice staying steady. Picture your body language remaining open and relaxed. Prepare specific phrases. That's an interesting perspective. I see it differently. I need a moment to think about that. I understand you feel strongly about this. I do too. Set clear boundaries in advance. Decide what topics are off limits. Plan how long you'll engage. Identify your exit strategy if needed. Have a support system. Brief a friend who will be present. Arrange a check-in call. Plan a debrief with someone who understands. Remember, mastering tense situations isn't about never feeling angry. It's about having the tools to navigate that anger, yours and others, in ways that preserve relationships and your own well-being. The next time you feel that familiar heat rising, or face someone else's fury, remember, you have choices, you have strategies, you have power, not the false power that anger promises, but the real power of emotional mastery.